listening to the IELTS podcast. Learn from tutors and ex-examiners who are masters of IELTS preparation. Your host, Ben Worthington.
My name is Irina. I'm from Moscow, and I have a dream to move to Canada someday. Yes, I was in Vancouver last year, and I really like this city. So I need IELTS to, fill in the forms for the citizenship Canadian.
I see. Are you in Moscow at the moment?
Yes, I live in Moscow at the moment, and I spent 3 months in Miami, USA, because I gave birth there.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, and I went back a couple of months ago with my son.
Your son Leo, correct?
Yeah, my son Leo.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And he might be making an appearance on this podcast. We don't know yet, do we?
Yeah, maybe. Hope not.
Okay, I'm just saying that because I was chatting to Irina before, and Leo is her 3-month-old baby, and he's just going to sleep at the moment, and he's having a few outbursts. I don't know if that's the right word, a few cries every now and again, but it seems like he's settled now. Would you agree, Irina?
I hope so. Yes, he's sleeping
Okay.
in a baby carrier. Yeah.
Okay, super. So, Irina, could you tell us how you were preparing for IELTS, please?
I went to some courses in Moscow, when you study in a group and you do some home tasks. But it wasn't so useful, I think.
Right.
Because, I had 2 teachers, and they had different strategy, especially regarding the writing part. So I didn't have clear idea how to write essay. So I bought your course, and I had just 1 week to prepare for the exam.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I really had to cram. So, but your course was so useful because it gives clear idea, and it has strategy. And I just, to tell you the truth, I just memorized the writing part, like your structure, writing C1, as far as I remember, it's called. So I just memorized it and used it during the test.
Excellent. Wow. That's fantastic. I'm really glad you got I know the results, and we'll tell the listeners the results later, but they were impressive. But before we get into that, in this test preparation center in Moscow, you had 2 tutors, each telling you their way. Did you not want to choose one of the methods that they were using and just stick with that one? I'm just curious.
They had different charts for essays, so they they divided different themes, they named them. And they had different structures. But one of the teachers told that the essay has to have 4 parts, another told that it has to have 3 parts. So I didn't know what to do.
I see. And so in this test center, they were just preparing you for the writing, or did they help you with the other sections as well?
Yes, of course, they helped with the other sections, and one of the teachers, she emphasized the reading part, but the reading part wasn't the most difficult for me.
I see.
Yes.
Can we steal some of the strategies that you found useful, and maybe we can share them with the audience?
from that courses,
Yeah.
maybe the most useful was that you have to write the second part of the writing part first, and then I mean that you have to write the essay first, and then you have to write the letter second, just to save your time.
Okay.
So it was the most useful one.
Oh, wow. Okay,
for
then
me.
Okay, that's an interesting it's an interesting point. By the way, listeners, we also teach the same to start with part 2, because with part 2 it's where you're going to pick up the bulk of your points. So obviously, let's get that bit under control first, and finish it, and then move on to part 1, task 1, just as Irina said. So Irina, had you taken the test before?
Yes, I had taken the academic one in January, as far as I remember, this year.
Right.
And yes, I had pretty good results. I think 8 and 8 for listening and reading, and 7 for speaking. And the worst was the writing part. It was 6.5.
Wow.
So
okay.
yes, and also I was I needed the general course, but I don't know why I took the academic one first. Because for the Canadian citizenship, you need the general.
I see.
One.
So even if you did get the scores you wanted, you would have had to take the test again anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so I scheduled the test. I was about 7 months pregnant, so I wanted to do it before my due date. So and before I left Moscow, because I moved to Miami for 3 months, and I had only 1 week to prepare for the test.
Wow.
with your course.
Wow, this is insane. Wow, so 7 days. This is crazy. And what was the biggest sort of like challenge with your? Well, obviously, it seems like it was the writing, yeah. But what specifically were you struggling with regarding the writing?
I'm not very good in writing, just like putting my thoughts onto the paper. It's hard for me always. And sometimes the themes or the essays are so challenging.
Yes.
Yeah. But I was lucky. I had some easy one. As far as I remember, it's something about fitness or healthy lifestyle. So it's more common for me. It's
interesting. Okay, there's 2 things I want to just mention, Irina. The first one, you said, I'm not very good at writing. And just to correct you there, I would have put that in the past tense and said I wasn't very good at writing, because now you clearly are, because you've passed.
Thank you.
You've passed the exam and you got the score you wanted, and later we will reveal that score. And so I'd say that was in the past. And also you said you had challenges putting your thoughts down onto the paper and answering them, and I guess organizing your thoughts as well. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Gotcha. Okay. And then the second thing I want to mention is that you found the question easy because it was about sports and fitness. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Right. Is sports and fitness, is that something that's interesting for you personally?
Yes, I'm personally into healthy lifestyle, like healthy food and fitness and keeping fit yourself. So it was easy to find some thoughts and write about it.
And excellent. I think it's so much easier if it's a topic, if you get a topic, and this is true with the speaking as well, or perhaps any parts of the test, but if you've got a topic that you are personally interested in. It makes it so much easier because you know the vocabulary, you've got more ideas. It just makes it more straightforward. So just going back to the organizing the thoughts and putting your ideas down onto paper, was that a part that you used to struggle with?
The part?
Was that a section of the exam that you used to have difficulty with, putting your thoughts onto the paper?
Yes, I had difficulties with that because I was worried if my mind went blank.
Yeah.
And you're short in time during the exam, and also when you're pregnant. Oh, maybe you don't know.
Not yet.
So
no.
when you're pregnant, you have some hormones flowing in your bloodstream, and and they make you not sillier, but your mind can be flattering.
I see. So it's like harder to focus. Would that be a good?
Yes, harder to focus. That's true, and that's also true for the listening part, because I'm quite good at focusing on some tasks, but when you're pregnant, it's getting more harder. It's getting harder.
I see. Because before I was a bit curious, because you said you wanted to get the test done before going to Miami and giving birth. And I thought, why not just do the test in Miami, or in an English-speaking environment, around English speakers? But I guess you wanted it out of the way before going there, because is this true that the further you are nearer to the birth, the stronger the effects of sort of like, or the more difficult it might be to focus? Is that, would you say that's right?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
And actually, I also thought about passing the exam in Miami, but they had the only date that was very close to my due date. So I was afraid that I will buy the course. I would buy the course and I would go into labor.
Okay, I understand. All right. So so it was basically a case of, like, let's get the test out of the way in Russia, in Moscow, before we start with Miami and the pregnancy. So that makes perfect sense. Now then, so you did the course for about a week. Did the course help you with organizing your thoughts and putting them onto the paper? And you said about mind going blank. Did the course help you with that too?
Yes, that course helped me very much because it has very clear structure, and it has only what you need. So nothing like more than you need. So, and you can choose the themes. It is very convenient. It is very comfortable. So you can study when you want. Like, I have the elder son, and when he fall asleep, I could go and study with your course.
I see. I thought I could hear another child talking earlier. I thought I could hear it, and I was like, that can't be Leo. If Leo's going to sleep, and I heard Leo before. Yes. But okay, just confirmed the other voice now. Okay, so you said that it helps you. It's like a little bit more flexible. It can fit in with your timetable, and also sort of like it was clear. And that's the point I wanted to make, because it had just what you needed. It includes just what you needed.
The best thing, I think, was the feedback from you and your colleagues when you write the essay, and they give you the feedback like in the form of voice message. So like video and voice message from I think from YouTube. You make the little video, so it gives the full sense like you have the private classes with the teacher.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. This is an important part of the course as well, because the teacher not only should be saying like, okay, this is okay, Irina, but we can improve it. This is what I like about the video corrections, is that we teach the tutors to not only recognize where the student has performed well, but also to correct, of course, but also, just to repeat myself, so they have to correct the essay, they have to recognize where the student has done well, and then this is my favorite part, is that recognize there's a sentence that is okay, but we want more than okay. So so I teach the tutors to recognize these okay sentences and spot them, so we can give suggestions on improving them, And I think in the video, as you said, if you get somebody saying like, "Oh, hi Irina, this is a really good essay and well done, send me the next ones," and all this, it really motivates you, doesn't it? It motivates you to write the next one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Especially when you are not fond of writing essays like me.
This is one of the reasons why we do the video corrections, because the PDF ones as well, it's like it could be done by a non-native English speaker, and I'm not criticizing them, but I think if you have a native English speaker looking at your work, you can feel a little bit more confident in the correction, and also you're hearing the person, so you can literally know that they are a native English speaker. So I think there's that benefit as well. So on your test day, you had this exam question about personal fitness and health. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right then. And with this, how did you attack this question? What did you actually do? Do you remember?
Actually, I don't. It was, more than half a year ago.
Okay.
So I was trying to organize my thoughts in your structure,
right.
Writing C1. Yeah, and
right.
It helped me because I spent not so much time for the writing, so I had
was
5
that the
minutes
oldest
for
son?
correcting. No, that's the other kids.
Yeah.
We are in the small hotel,
right.
in Moscow region now, just because my husband has his birthday tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I even bought the present for him. Your course.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, because I need him to pass the IELTS as well.
Right.
So to have more points for Canadian citizenship.
Super. Okay.
Yeah, and he's not very confident with his English, and I just promoted your course, and I told him that it's the best thing I had. so he will have the present tomorrow.
Excellent. That's fantastic. And yeah, well, I hope we can get your husband on the podcast as well later. That would be fantastic. Yeah. And then maybe one of your boys in a couple of years.
Maybe. The full family.
Exactly.
Your podcast.
Yeah. But sorry, we were going back and you said that it was good to sort of like you organize your thoughts and structure it into the C2 template, which was sort of like the sentence guide C2 template. So in the exam, you saw the question, you developed your ideas, and then you basically dropped them into the C2 template that you memorized. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent. Okay, fantastic. Well, we're coming close to the end. I've got 2 more questions. What would you say to somebody who's thinking about joining the online course, the sentence guide, C2 template course?
You mean what will I recommend them or what?
If they're on the fence about joining, if they're thinking maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't.
I think it's absolutely worth this money. Because maybe people who pass IELTS and the most of them, they want to immigrate, so they immigrate from the third world countries, like maybe our salaries are not so high, so the price might be, you might think that the price is high, but it's not. It's not, of course. So it's absolutely worth this money, and it's worth the time you spend for the course. So I think that's the best thing you can do for your IELTS.
Awesome.
For your, self-preparation.
Fantastic. Thank you. And now then, what score did you get for the writing? You were at 6.5 before, and then you took the course, and 7 days later you took the test, and then you got your results. What were your results?
I got 7.5.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yes, that was more than I was expecting. I just needed 7, and I thought that it would be fair to have 7, but I had 7.5.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
That is excellent. Well done, Irina. That is fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, you could definitely say that you used to have problems with the writing, but if you're at a 7.5, you don't have any problems now.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that's everything. Did we just hear Leo a few seconds ago, or was that the other?
No, just the other kids.
What's the other child called?
You mean my son? My son is Michael.
Oh.
Michael and Leo. So yeah,
Leo
I've got
Michael.
2 boys.
Gotcha. Can we get Michael on the podcast now, just to say hello to everybody, because we've heard him?
I think he ran to the playground.
Oh, okay, no problem.
So he's far away.
No worries. Right then, the last question, I promise. Do you have anything else to add, or any tips for students who are currently preparing for the IELTS exam?
I think I also struggled with the speaking part, because I was afraid as well that my mind went blank. I recommend to. Oh, sorry, they're crying. They're very loud. So I recommend just to breathe before the exam, like when you're sitting and waiting for the interview for the speaking part. Just take like 10 breaths just to calm down and smile and feel confident. And because interviewers are, they value your your appearance, like you move, like you talk. Just be confident.
Absolutely.
And you'll have the better score. Because at first I've got 7, and then I've got 7.5 as well.
Oh wow! So you improved with the speaking as well.
Yeah, I've improved. Maybe because I had the very the easy topic for the second part.
Yeah.
It was about your favorite city, so I spoke about Vancouver, of course. Yeah, and it was easy for me, and I was so excited about it. Yeah,
that's
maybe
fantastic.
The interviewer, the tutor, liked my speech.
Oh, that is excellent. Yeah, it seems like you were a little bit fortunate as well with your exam. I think it kind of like all just lined up perfectly for you. You had the test, the written test, that you a topic that you like, a speaking topic that you like, and you had the strategy as well for the writing. And you had that really useful technique of just breathing and controlling your breath and getting in like a calmer state of mind. Would you say that's right?
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent. Okay, well, I think that's everything, Irina. Oh, that was Leo, wasn't
Leo.
it? Hello, Leo.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can finish now, and I'll let you get back to being a mother. And yeah, good luck with your application to Vancouver and for Canada, sorry. And thank you very much for doing the interview, Irina. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to IELTSPodcast.com.